You're saving a file and the power cuts out. When the machine comes back up, your data is fine. Thanks to a technique called journaling, it's built into every modern Linux file system, and it solves a problem that used to cause real headaches. Your file system doesn't store a file in one place. It spreads data across disk blocks and keeps a metadata table that maps which blocks belong to which file. When you save, the OS writes the data blocks first, then updates the metadata. If power dies in between, the two no longer match. That mismatch is what we call corruption. Here's what the OS does during a write. It pushes your data to disk blocks, then updates the metadata to point at those blocks. The danger zone is right here, between finishing the data write and completing the metadata update. A crash anywhere in this gap leaves an inconsistent file system. Older file systems had no defense. Recovering meant running a full check that could take 20 minutes on a large disk. The fix comes from databases. Write down what you're about to do before doing it. The journal is a small, dedicated area on disk, separate from where your files actually live. Before touching real file system blocks, the OS writes a record describing every change it intends to make. Then it does the actual writes. Then it marks the journal entry as done. If the machine crashes at any point, recovery just reads the journal to see what was left unfinished. Two phases. First, the intended change gets logged to the journal fast because the journal is compact and written sequentially. Second, the actual data and metadata go to their real locations on disk. Third, the journal entry gets cleared. Crash during phase 1, nothing complete to replay, no harm done. Crash during phase 2, the journal has the full record and the reboot replays it. Either way, you end up consistent. At reboot, the file system checks the journal first. An entry that was logged but never completed gets replayed to the real blocks, then cleared. It takes seconds, even on a big disk. The trade-off is a small performance cost. Every write makes an extra trip to the journal first. On modern hardware, that overhead is barely measurable. X4, XFS, and btrfs all use journaling, which is part of why Linux handles unexpected shutdowns so well. Journaling is one of those features you never think about until it saves you. Glad you watched. Stick around Awesome Linux TV for more on how Linux works behind the scenes.